Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2026 Manhattan Adult Services Showcase event. This is sponsored by the Manhattan DD Council Transition Committee. Today, we're going to be hearing from some of the organizations that offer programs and services for adults with disabilities living in Manhattan. Some of those services include day habilitation programs, employment services, home and community-based services, and more. Many of the programs and services we're hearing about today are part of the New York State Office for People with Developmental Disabilities, or OPWDD. In order to qualify for those services, a person must be eligible for OPWDD services, and for many of the services, also have a care manager. At the halfway point of this meeting, we're going to be hearing from some of our local care coordination organizations, or CCOs, which are agencies that can assist families with OPWDD eligibility and getting a care manager. Some of the other agencies presenting today also have family support programs that can assist you with OPWDD eligibility. Today, we have many presenters and a short window of time for each presentation, so we're going to be sticking very closely to the schedule you see on your screen. Due to these time constraints, there won't be time for questions today. But if you're interested in connecting with any of the organizations you're seeing here, their contact information will be available in the chat box. Following today's meeting, a recording will be available at the Manhattan DD Council YouTube channel. You can sign up for the Manhattan DD Council email list using the link in the chat, so you'll get notifications about future meetings. More resources are available on our website, manhattanddcouncil.org. And now it is my honor to present our first presenter, Adapt Community Network.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Karen Liebman, and I'm going to do my best to give a rundown of all the many services and programs that Adapt Community Network has to offer in 5 minutes. So we are Adapt Community Network. Again, we are a very large multi-service agency. I'm going to focus on our day programs today and then some other programs that would be of interest to families and transitioning students. These are our adult day program locations. So we have 2 adult day programs in Manhattan. One is in Harlem and one is in Inwood. And we have 3 program sites in the Bronx: Stillwell Avenue, Wilkinson Avenue, and the Grand Concourse. And some of these sites house more than one program. All of our adult day programs are site-based programs. We do have one Without Walls program in the Bronx. And these locations also house some of the other services as well, such as our clinics and recreation programs. So our day hab programs are Monday through Friday, approximately 8 to 4. That is flexible. It really depends on each program and the transportation method that the person is using and what bus route they're on. We do provide transportation. We contract out for busing. We do have nursing on site for people who need it. We have access to behavior support specialists. We have access to OT, PT, speech, and counseling if the person is eligible through our clinics. Our day hab programs are learning-based, meaning people attending the programs and their teams choose goals and outcomes that they want to work on. And it's very individualized. So it's not like, okay, this is what everybody's doing today at this program. It's really individualized. There's different activities going on at the same time, and people can create their own schedules based on their interests and their needs. We also offer supplemental habilitation. And this is an extension of day hab. We have it in Manhattan and Brooklyn. So you can see on the screen, there are different times, different days of the week. It's a little bit limited, but 2 days in Manhattan, 2 days in Brooklyn. We have a Saturday program that runs out of our Harlem site. And we have our famous Club Disco, which has been running for many, many years. It's once a month on a Friday night, again, out of our Harlem site. And the supplemental habilitation program is more recreation and social in nature. All of our program sites actually are barrier-free. Again, we provide transportation. We have access to clinical services. It's a mix of site-based activities and community inclusion. and participants design their own schedules based on their individual interests and needs. And one of the things that I think sets our day programs apart from others is that we have a department of specialists who are trained in different areas, so art, technology, theater, music, self-advocacy, education, employment, health and fitness. And these specialists work at community partnerships across the city. This enables participants to be out in the community and also to be interacting with people outside of just our day program or just people with disabilities. Um, I oversee admissions for day programs, so this is my contact information. If anyone is interested in learning more or to schedule a tour, we can set up group tours, we can set up private tours. It's very flexible, so you can just contact me and we can discuss further. Some of our other programs and services, we do have supported employment. We assist individuals in finding and maintaining meaningful employment. Um, we have community rehabilitation, which is a one-to-one staff working with the person in their home or in the community. We have an overnight respite home on our Bronx campus. It's an 8-bed home, and that's for families who need a break for short-term, and the people can go for short-term stays. We also have an emergency bed if families happen to be experiencing a crisis, such as a hospitalization. We offer family reimbursement, funds to cover the cost of goods and services not reimbursable through other sources. We have a housing assistance department, support through advocacy, information, referral services, kind of like case management for people who need advocacy for housing. We have an environmental modification program. So if your family member has physical disabilities or other impairments that can benefit from some modifications, we have different grants and they kind of target different populations. The same for assistive technology. We have free assistance for people across the city. We have technology resource centers in Brooklyn, Manhattan, and the Bronx, where people can go and look at things, try things out, borrow things, in some cases, even, receive donated items. We have primary care clinic in the Bronx, also specialty care. And last but not least, we have the Project Connect line, which is our information and referral service. If we don't provide a service or offer what you need, we can help you find another agency that does. So for any of the services that I've just ran through in the last 3 minutes, you can call or contact Project Connect. You can access our website to learn more. And again, if we can't help you at ADAPT, we will help figure out who can. And that's my presentation. I hope to hear from some of you with requests for additional information. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for ADAPT Network. Next, we will welcome AHRC NYC.
Good morning. So my name is Joseph, and I'll be presenting for AHRC. We have a lot of different services in the city. We're going to focus on Manhattan today. So we're family governed. We have a variety of services. We do respite, which is, weekend respite for families that need breaks. We also do longer stays. So we have people that go on cruises, they go on vacation, and most of it is covered by Medicaid. We have residential, we have clinical. That's like OT, PT, speech pathology, nutritionists. But yeah, we're going to do the day programs mostly today. And these are just some of our principles, being respected, being in the community inclusion, choosing what you want to do. So these are just some of like the volunteer sites that we go to and like community partnerships we have, Manny Cancer, Meals on Wheels, Heels on Wheels. Meals on Heels. And this is a lot of like volunteer sites, senior centers, supporting, so they learn job skills while they're here as well. And these are just some of like the different experiences at AHRC. So we have like the visual arts, we have art tech, we have yoga for the people, which is free, yoga in the community. So a lot of the things we do are in the community. We offer on-site, but we really champion for community inclusion. These are just more experiences. We have teach for people that really need that structure, that probably get overstimulated a lot. So this is our Fisher Center. This one is our Harlem location. And, they do like gospel choir. They go to senior centers and sing gospel. They go to the church. If you could see the woman in the middle with the loom, they have intertwine, which is like weaving. They do basket weaving. They have a lot of Zumba. They do science fairs, gardening. They have a cooking group called Men on the Grill. So basically, teaching cooking for men, because, cooking's for everybody. This is our Redfield location. So this is like Columbus Circle. And they have Teach, which you can see on the right. So Teach is, for, like I said, people that need that structure. They thrive with a schedule, and, it's more close-knit with the group. And, we promote independence. And then in the middle, we have our Broadway, which is like a super big program where we have, the people are rehearsing, they're learning lines, and they're performing, off Broadway in a theater, and they're alongside people that are from Broadway. So they're really in this culture, and they love it. They do great. It's really fun. It's at the Jerry Orbach Theater. Yeah, they love it. And then, so this is New York League. This is the program that I work here. I support the people here. We're in Greenwich Village, so we're more downtown on the west side, lower west side. We have a lot of consultants here. We do photography. They do photo editing. We have art tech, which it's great. It's like they do all different types of things. They do embroidery. They do stop motion. They do painting. They do clay. They do all different types of mediums of art. And then we have Norfolk. This is like our Lower East Side location. They do a lot of volunteering here. They, everything is community inclusion, museums. They do cooking groups, arts and crafts. And then we also do, we do the tours. So if you're still trying to get a feel of what's right for you, you can tour any of the locations. So you can screenshot, write this down and email me. Yeah, we do tours. We do all types of different things. We have the respites. We have gardening, anything. And everything's person-centered. So we learn about the people and we develop our schedules based on what people like. And then, we include them into the communities. And then I think that's the end of mine. But yeah, so I'll put my email in the chat. So you can email me and we could figure anything out.
Thanks so much, AHRC. We're going to move on to our next presenter, which is Braverhood.
Good morning. My name is Victoria Baisbird. I am the director here at Braverhood. We are located in the Mott Haven area in the Bronx. We provide transportation to all of our Manhattan and Bronx communities with our own private buses. I'm very happy to announce we're entering our 4th year of service, and we're committed to continuing our mission of reaching our goals, providing a higher quality of life, as well as being immersed in our community with our members. Our program is a day hab WOW, and we offer supplemental. Typical week is Monday to Friday, and it's 9 to 5. Exciting news coming is that weekend hours are coming soon. Braverhood is proud to be an OPWDD aligned program. We support individuals and families during one of the most and often most overwhelming transitions, the move from school services into adulthood, which can lead into adult day hab programs. When school ends, the structure should not disappear from life. It should just continue evolving. And that's where a
Right.
program like ours would come in. Our Day Have Without Walls program is designed to help individuals acquire, retain, and strengthen self-help, socialization, communication, and independent living skills while actively using the community as the learning environment. We focus on real life experiences that builds confidence, enhances choice making and independence, and we're always guided by each member's individual service plan. A typical day at Braverhood would begin with a structured morning check-in, goal-focused activities, group engagement, and from there, members may participate in community outings such as shopping, travel training, volunteering, fitness, or recreational activities. We balance this with our home-based programming like arts and crafts, computer skills, games, and social groups. Every day offers options because choice and dignity are central to independence. On site, we also offer wellness classes, fitness, self-defense. We have a quiet room if things just get too much. We have hair services, social clubs, cooking classes, art classes, and the list just keeps continuing. Enrollments, they begin through an OPWDD authorization. Families work closely with their care manager, and I become part of the circle of support. We play a vital role in coordinating these services, developing the life plan, and submitting necessary authorizations. Once services are approved, we collaborate with your care managers to ensure the smooth and supportive start and ongoing communication throughout. At Braverhood, we don't believe in one-size-fits-all programming. We work on each member's individual goals while fully embracing their personality, their strengths, and their preferences. Our role is to support growth, not to change who someone is, but to help them become more confident, capable, and independent in their own way. Everything we do is person-centered, community-focused, and rooted in respect. Your world's about to get braver, and we're honored to be a part of your journey. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Braverhood. Next, we're gonna invite Center for Family Support to present.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Diana Collins. I'm the VP of Community Services here at CFS. Also on the call is Danielle Powers, the Assistant Vice President of Community Services at CFS, and we're going to talk a little bit about the services that we provide. So here at CFS, we provide support in New York and New Jersey to over 1,000 individuals. We pride ourselves on being a person-centered agency. We take into consideration the wants, needs, and desires of the individuals that we support. Our mission at CFS is to provide support and assistance to individuals and to their families who care for them in a way that is person-centered and person-focused. All right, so we provide a variety of services through the home and community-based waiver. We provide ComHab in-home respite. We're going to talk a little bit about our adult day hab and employment services. And we also provide family support services. So I did want to talk a little bit about those services, such as service access, reimbursement, and in-home and parent training. So Andrew mentioned earlier that there are agencies out there that can help families obtain OPWDD eligibility. We are one of those agencies. We do have a service access coordinator named Natasha, whose sole purpose is to help the family, guide the family through the OPWDD eligibility process. She can help with, referrals to agencies to get evaluations. We're submitting the evaluations to help liaison between the families and OPWDD to get you through that process so that you can begin to receive the family support or waiver service through OPWDD. We also provide family reimbursement in 4 out of the 5 boroughs, including Manhattan. And of course, family reimbursement provides reimbursement to primary caregivers for goods and services. We also have an in-home and parent training program through FSS, but that's only provided through the Bronx and in Queens. Another service that we do have that we did not create a slide for is that we are one of the agencies who's approved to provide home enabling supports, which is assistive technology and remote service to help individuals increase their safety and autonomy in the community. So information about home enabling supports will be coming down the pike, and CFS is one of the agencies that is approved to provide this service. So Danielle is going to talk a little bit about our home and community-based waiver service programs.
Awesome. Thank you, Diana.
Mm-hmm.
So we have community habilitation, and community habilitation is a one-to-one program. We work on many different goals. Like we keep using the key phrase of being person-centered. Everything is to enhance the independence and quality of life for the individuals that we provide services for. The community habilitation can work on adaptive skill development, community inclusion, relationship building, travel training, money management, leisure skills, appropriate behavior and communication development, and problem solving and decision making. So on each slide, if you notice that the contact for each of these programs is in red below, and another service that we provide is the in-home respite and home care. And again, this provides one-to-one support as a relief to primary caregivers. And the contact for that service is Urani Almonte. Something else that is worth mentioning is that we are CQL accredited. We have been for several years, and that's something that we really do take pride in. Our Day Hab Without Walls program is super exciting. The Center for Family Support is the base of everything we do is immersing individuals in their community. We do not have any hub sites. So everything is, again, completely person-centered. Schedules are tailored to the individual, and the entirety of the day is completed. This shift is done in the community. We have, we'll get into it a little bit further in the slideshow, but we do have an innovative support team that develops a lot of activities and events. We have several pictures to show you guys. But again, just to be clear, we do not have site-based program. But we do offer a lot of groups and group activities and events that the Day Hab Without Walls individuals get involved in, as well as individuals who are in our vocational programming. So I would be the contact here for Day Hab Without Walls. Again, it's in red. Our vocational programs, we have community-based pre-vocational. I would be the contact for these three as well. And this community-based pre-vocational focuses on a lot of soft skills. And again, it's a step up from a Day Hab program. It also can, community-based pre-voc, we like to say, I like to use the term, I heard it, so I've been using it now, is that it's kind of the little black dress of vocational services. It's an extra support. So you can maintain community-based pre-vocational even if you're in supported employment. Our supported employment program, we can enroll with individuals who are currently employed, who need that ongoing support, or you can access us, ironically, no pun intended, but through Access VR. We do have a contract, so you would select CFS as your provider, and you can come on board that way as well. Lastly, we have our employment training program, ATP, and this is where we would come out and do an assessment and create a packet to submit to OPWDD. Basically, how ATP works is we find an employer in the community, and OPWDD pays a stipend to the individual, pays their salary. And at the end of that training program, at the end of that employment opportunity, a post-internship direct hire opportunity would be available to the individual. And here is where we have all of our fun stuff. We have, like I mentioned earlier, we do have an advocacy group and a lot of events. These are just some things that we've done in the past year. We had a Disability Rights New York workshop at the Stavros Library, Black History Month at the Schomburg Research Museum, mental health awareness labyrinth walk at the Marble Church. And here's some great pictures of all of our individuals having fun out in the community. Our advocacy group, we also give back. We do volunteer at City Harvest, which is also, we also had that as a site-based opportunity, a volunteer opportunity for a lot of our individuals who are in pre-vocational services. And just to mention, pre-vocational services can be provided one-to-one, or they also can be provided in a group setting. So everything we do is tailored to the individual. We have some individuals who want just one-to-one pre-voc. We have some individuals who just want to attend our job club, which we are expanding right now. We offer job club twice a week in our Manhattan office. in our Bronx office, and we have an advocacy group that runs on every Thursday in our Manhattan office, right on 7th Avenue outside of Penn Station. Very easy to get to. We also have a lot of fun walks. We like to get everyone together and be healthy. So we had a Long Island advocacy walk in Valley Stream this past summer. We also had attended the New York City Disability Pride Walk. Here are our guys all happy and smiling, getting our steps in. Some other things that every year we do a Love Yourself series. It's around this time of year. We've brought in estheticians to work on skincare. We also work very closely with Paul Keone of Keone Movement Arts to do dance classes, yoga classes. And although we aren't site-based, we do utilize our office locations, as I mentioned before. So some other things that we've had is a Juneteenth celebration, Dominican Independence Day workshop, and API Month, Heritage Month at the Met Museum. We did a tour there. We're also very involved in local legislative and meeting with representatives. Here we are at the Advocacy Conferences 2025, attending in New York statewide Albany, Melville, Long Island. We also have, well, I did speak about our advocacy group that meets every Thursday, and we have a pages, I'm sorry, the red is throwing me off, pages presented in Albany. And here, again, some wonderful pictures of our individuals and their support staff. Our support staff are one-to-one in Day Hab Without Walls. It's a unique setup. So our staff would meet the individual at their home and take them out into the community for the entirety of the day. And here we are again, meeting some legislators. Just a quick mention, this last page here we are again, Lobby Day, Power in Numbers. Please do check out our YouTube page. We have our own CFS original song that was written with in collaboration with songwriter Lindsay Wilson. We also have collaborated with Collab Theater Group. And last year, our individuals put on a play From Sky to Soil. And you can see both of those videos on our YouTube page, which is right here on this page. So at the Center for Family Support, we're dedicated to helping you achieve your goals. And we really are looking forward to supporting you on your journey. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you, Center for Family Support. Next, we have Esperanza Center.
Yeah, I'm Claudia Vidal from Esperanza Center, and I am the Organizational Development Specialist here. I just wanted to kind of run you down some of the things we do and why we exist. So to start, I want to say that one of the things that families get over and over from us is consistent, reliable support in the day-to-day. We've been around for over 50 years, going to almost 60 now. It's incredible. We have worked directly with people and their families, supporting communication, daily routines, and relationships across home programs and community settings. When I think of us, I think of this quote, which basically says structure matters when it's what makes it work. Of course, we follow the rules and regulations. Programmatic aspects are always in place, and we ensure to get the best audits and to do what we say, and stay in alignment. But what is it without fun? What is it without injecting a little bit of happiness in our day-to-day? And that's something that Esperanza is known for. Like, there's not a day that you don't walk in and run into some kind of fun activity. And that goes from staff to the people that are getting support from us. We just kind of know that the emotional labor that it takes to carry this work is intense. And if we don't look at the bright side of things, we can burn out, and that reflects on the quality that then we provide. Examples of what that fun looks like, we have our annual walkathon. You can see some pictures here. Our guys here at the residence, they went on a camping trip. Then you see a whole bunch of celebrations that we have year round. We celebrate Hispanic, Black History Month, anything cultural, we're there, we're doing it. We do a lot of advocacy events as well. And here you can see some more photos of, our day-to-day, like day program, residential, etapas program, all types of programs that we offer. So ways to join us. We have many programs, but I know for you, probably the 4 that you will find interesting, it will be day habilitation, community services, recreation programs, and family reimbursement. But of course, if you're interested in learning more about us, you can visit our website or talk to our outreach coordinator, and you can learn about the other fun programs that we have available. So day habilitation, is all about learning, growth, and opportunity. Our day program is designed to spark curiosity. It's about creativity, fostering lasting friendships. We explore the arts, wellness, technology, cooking skills, and just general ABA building skills that will prepare your loved ones for meaningful work at home and in the community life. Our typical day runs from Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 3:30. We offer transportation, we make it work. You just have to reach out to us. Community services, so support beyond walls. This is like the work that we do outside, and it goes from community habilitation to respite, day habilitation without walls, which is one of our latest additions. This is the kind of support that you get when you may not want a site-based program, but you still want to have the benefits, and here you can access opportunities for connection, choice, and engagement in the wider community. And it's very fun too. We make sure that we just go over the city and just, connect, do those community connections. Recreation programs, one of our biggest success is the Getaway Respite, which is a weekend program. And basically we go on different parts of the city, sometimes outside the city, and kind of like explores about adventure. And it's also to provide respite for the parents. We have also after school programs. We have a great program, which is the Etapas program. And that is for after school, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we're offering like wonderful collaborations right now with community partnerships that we have, where we're doing peer-to-peer mentoring from at-risk community youth. So it's just like a win for everyone. So I hope you can find out more about it. And family reimbursement, we can help you with financial support for approved expenses that improve quality of life, promote independence, and help you with expenses like household items, adaptive equipment, clothing, and other essentials. And I want to kind of end with this quote, which is, with the right support in place, ordinary days don't have to feel so hard. We know it's hard. We know it's not easy. And we're here to make it a little bit easier for you. So looking ahead, what might everyday life look like for you, with the right support in place, and not just for you, but also for your loved one. So that's us. If you look in the chat, you see our outreach coordinator, Tatiana. She probably put her information there. She's amazing. You could just reach out. If we don't have the service, we will connect you to the right person, and she will also inform you of all the other great initiatives we have. Thank you.
Thank you, Esperanza Center. So next we will welcome Gateway Counseling Center.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mary Tejada. I am the Director of Intake over at Gateway. We are Gateway Counseling Center. Just so you have an idea, our Bronx location actually covers Bronx, Manhattan, and Lower Westchester. We are located on Furman Avenue. We also have a Queens and a Brooklyn location that people can go to as well. Our Brooklyn location is located in Dumbo, which is in downtown Brooklyn. If those living in Lower Manhattan would like to just go over to Brooklyn, that's perfectly okay as well. We do have the services that I'm going to discuss is Group Day Hab, Supplemental, and Com Hab. Our Day Hab hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 3:15. We have Supplemental, which is Monday to Friday, 3:30 to 6:30, and then Saturdays and Sundays from 9 to 3. And we do include meals, transportation, and we cover all of the trips for our client. Okay, so I'm going to start with our Group Day Habilitation program. Just so you have an idea, we do have site-based and without walls. Site-based is very similar to like a school setting. All activities and classes that they participate in are in a group setting in classrooms. And they do go out at least once or twice a week for community inclusion, so field trips, community safety, things of that nature. So our site-based services take place, as I mentioned, within with walls, within classroom settings, and then our Without Walls program is out in the community. So it's completing activities using community resources. And so usually they're participating in similar activities, which can be anything from, let's say, academic skills. So continuing what they're learning in school, whether it's reading, writing, mathematics, We do have money management, and it can be anything from learning the monetary value of a coin or a dollar to learning how to use a budgeting app to budget your money. We also have, music and dance. We have arts and crafts. As I mentioned, community inclusion. So they'll go on different field trips to museums, bowling. They'll go to restaurants. We do have a basketball team, a dance team. We have activities like anger management. So for those who are having a harder time expressing their emotions. So it's learning how to properly express our emotions, especially as adults. We do have computer groups. So for those who want to learn the functions of a computer, but also have the entertainment side of it as well. Before I get into supplemental, so it is all very structured and very dependent on what goals your child has in place. So if your child wants to work on those academic skills, money management, learning community safety, those are things that are going to be discussed with your care manager, and they're going to be placed into your life plan and also worked on in our day hab program. It is very structured. It is very, they are on a schedule. So they would be working on that. One thing that I did not mention is Without Walls is more active and pushes for independence. So they do work on volunteer. They have volunteer opportunities as well. So for those who are not ready for a employment program, Without Walls is a good stepping stone because it allows them to volunteer. Whether it's we're in the St. Joseph Medical Center, we also have Meals on Wheels. So it gives them that opportunity to gain the skills to work so that they can move forward in an employment program. Okay. And as I mentioned, we do provide transportation, so door-to-door service, and as well as breakfast and lunch. Then we have our supplemental group rehabilitation program. This program is evenings and weekends. It is a standalone service, so even if your child goes to another day hab program and is just looking for a recreational service, we can definitely provide that. We can pick them up from their day hab program and bring them to us. We are, as I mentioned, Monday to Friday, 3:15 to 6:30, and then Saturdays and Sundays, 9 to 3. We do provide dinner during the weekdays, and then during the weekends, we provide breakfast and lunch. And it is not as structured as day hab. It is a socialization, very similar to a after-school program, I would say. It is based on, recreation, making friends, kind of winding down from a very structured day. And as I mentioned, we do have a basketball team, a dance team. We have a photography group, DJ group, arts and crafts. They do music and dance. For every holiday, we always have something going on. And aside from supplemental, we always have events. So like talent shows, we'll have shows for Christmas going. They do have science fairs, art fairs. So there's always something to look forward to. On the weekends, since it is a full day from 9 to 3, they go on their field trips. And that can be, similar to day hab. They'll go bowling, they'll go to the movies, they'll go to the VR experience. I know they've gone to Comic-Con, baseball games. So we try to make sure that we keep it fun and also that they also contribute to the decision-making of where they're going to go. Next is our ComHab service, which is a one-to-one service that takes place in the home and in the community. There is flexible hours depending on the individual's needs. So it could be during the week in the mornings or during the week after school on the weekends. It is a service that is for those that are 12 and up. So they can still be in school and receive this service. Meals are not provided because it's technically an in-home service, but we do provide MetroCard fare if they're going out into the community. Some examples of the goals that take place in ComHab, it is very person-centered because it is one-to-one. So they're not in a group setting, but it can be anything from working on those academics, reading, writing, mathematics, working on homework. For those who work better on a one-to-one versus in a group setting, that can help them learn a little better. We work on independent living skills. So like laundry, learning how to light cook, learning money management. We have people who work on resume building, interviewing skills. We could do community safety. So it can honestly be whatever you wish for your child to work on or for them to work on for themselves. And as I mentioned, the schedule is flexible, so it can be mornings, evenings, weekends, whatever OPWDD approves you for, okay? And then just to mention, we do have our sister company is GCC Transportation. We are a transportation company that provides transportation for non-emergency medical appointments. So for instance, a medical appointment, a dental appointment, an appointment for an evaluation that you may have. For those who don't want to rely fully on like SSRI, for instance, GCC transportation is an option. You don't have to be connected to Gateway at all. As long as you have Medicaid or Medicare, you can get the service. Okay. And then the next steps, usually the process would be you have your care manager get in contact with me, and they would place a referral on your child's behalf. Then once the referral is received by our committee and it's reviewed and it's approved, then we would move forward with scheduling an intake and a tour. Following that would be a 1-week trial. Your child comes in for a 1 week. We provide the transportation, the meals. It's as if they're, already enrolled. They're participating in all activities. And then after the trial, you let us know, yes, we would like to move forward, or no, I'm still seeking or touring or doing trials. But after your trial, if you choose to move forward, then we would contact your care manager for documentation. And then you get enrolled. And on here is my contact information. It's our intake email, my phone number, our website. If you'd like to check it out, you can make an inquiry directly into our website. And we do have an open house coming up in March 10th, specifically at 10 a.m. I can definitely send it over in the chat. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's Gateway.
Thank you, Gateway Counseling Center. We will welcome GHO, General Human Outreach in the Community, to present.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today I'll provide an overview of our day program services, which includes site-based day habilitation, Day Hab Without Walls, our community pre-vocational programs, and our supportive employment programs. Our programs are designed to promote independence, skill development, meaningful community inclusion, as well as job development. We currently have 2 sites for site-based rehabilitation, which is in Long Island City and in Park Slope, Brooklyn. We provide work skills training to promote independence in terms of supporting individuals learning how to prepare meals by having cooking groups, baking groups. We teach money management skills, which we just currently created a mock store setup for our individuals to learn how to make purchases for when they go out in the community, that they're able to learn how to make purchases, how to receive change, count their changes to ensure that they're getting the accurate changes in their receipts. We also do have an English speaking workshop where we encourage and teach our individuals to learn a different language, whether it's English or Spanish. Some of our individuals did advocate that they did want to learn how to speak a different language. So we do support them with creating workshops to teach them those languages. We also provide structured person-centered services, routine-based schedule to promote stability and engagement. For our site-based day hab, we do provide busing. And in the mornings, part of their routine as they come in, they do their attendance, which is part of the morning tea, coffee, snack time. They get ready for the community inclusion, get ready for their workshops, games, whether it's arts and craft, playing bingo, or pre-vocational work. Lunch is also provided twice a week. And we promote also kitchen cleanup after meals are completed. We do also provide music therapy and exercising group, which part of the exercising group is they partake in yoga or Tai Chi. Our Day Hab Without Walls program is a community-based training program, which is aimed to reduce reliance on facility-based services for more capable individuals. Our hub sites are pretty much community-based, so our individuals will meet up in the community, whether it's at a Starbucks, the library, or at the train station for their group meetings. We do provide volunteer opportunities to work on their job readiness, recreational activities. We build real-life skills in natural environments and increase community participation and integration. Next, we have our community-based pre-vocational program. Our community-based pre-vocational program is focused on employment readiness. We support our individuals who are not ready for competitive employments. We have volunteer opportunities, which we teach them job readiness. We provide skill development in the real world settings through our volunteer sites. We support transition to supportive or competitive employment, which leads us to our SEMP program, our supportive employment program, which we provide individualized employment supports, job coaching. We tailor their strengths and interests towards their career goals, support inclusion in workforce, build a career development and job stability, and collaborate with community employees. Our team consists of myself, Carrie, and Sade, which are the program supervisors. And for intake, we'll reach out to Pat Lou, Andy, or Senjin if you have any interest for our programs. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thanks so much, DHO. We're going to skip around a little bit in order. Goodwill is going to present next.
Hi, everybody. I am Lindsay Stilson. I am the Outreach and Marketing Specialist for Goodwill. So Goodwill's philosophy is that everyone has the right to explore independence and employment. Our job is to support people in achieving goals that are both meaningful to them and result in the person living their most independent and fulfilling life. We strive to make sure that all things done that are person-centered and around what the person wants. So we have currently here at Goodwill, we have Day Have Without Walls, Respite, SEMP, and Advanced Services in Queens, downtown Brooklyn, and finally our East Harlem. Harlem's Possibilities supports people in increasing social and communication skills, and also have our employment. We also have our employment track, which focuses on teaching job expectations, workplace safety, and prepares for job interviews while working on soft skills such as professional communication and appropriate workplace behaviors. So currently at our Harlem Possibilities, the volunteer sites that we have are 7-Eleven, CVS, and a few senior centers. We do work at the Parks Department, but during the winter, we have not been working there, but that will start back up in the spring. So we currently have a partnership with CVS that allows our participants interested in working to go to a mock CVS store in Manhattan to do a 16-week hands-on training. This CVS cohort is currently at our Harlem Possibilities and our Project Discovery Astoria. So they would meet at the program site in Harlem, and then staff would take them to the CVS in downtown Manhattan where they would do the training. After the 16 weeks, if they do graduate, they end up getting a interview at a CVS that's hiring, hopefully close by to where they live, to become employed there. One of our success stories is actually Ramel. He's in the middle picture. He did this cohort and has been employed at CVS ever since. And that's going on. I mean, he luckily survived COVID, so he's been working there since like 2019 and loves it. We also have our supported employment. So through SEMP, we perform vocational assessments to identify each individual's skills, interests, and goals. We also do job placements and provide guidance, resource, and collaboration with employers to help participants explore careers, set goals, and find matching job opportunities. We do job coaching, hands-on training support, and then this is an ongoing support. With the job coaching, we start off with it's like intensive, where they're there all the time during the employment. And then we'd like to gradually step that back. So they're doing just daily check-ins, then weekly, then hopefully monthly. But since this is an ongoing support, if the person wants to, if there's a change in their role or they want to try to apply for a different position, we would then start doing intensive job coaching again to help them succeed to where they want to go. Finally, our advanced program. This program is specifically for individuals with autism who do not have OPWDD. It's actually funded by the Department of Mental Health, and it's a 1-year time-limited program. This is our only program that does have a time limit. And this is what the timeline is. The first 3 months are discovery, 4 to 7 is the job development, 8 to 10 is for job coaching, and then 10 to 12 is for coaching and transition. So this is for individuals who may not qualify for those OPWDD services. They may be a little bit more advanced, potentially going to college and just need more of that one-to-one help to help them transition to get a job or succeed in their college classes. Finally, we do have a respite program. It's just a Saturday respite program from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So this is just a fun recreational program. They go to museums, picnics, anything that kind of the participants choose to do. They also do a lot of arts and crafts here. Our enrollment process is an intake packet. You could schedule a one-to-one tour, come into the program and see how it is. Then we offer a 2-week trial. So during the trial, they come in, they participate in the groups, go to the volunteer sites and see if it's something they actually like. After that, we would schedule a PCP meeting and then assign a start date. So these are everyone that runs all of our programs. I'm Lindsay Stilson. I put my information in the chat. If you reach out to me, I can get you in contact with anyone that's on the slide. Joy Ellis, she runs our respite program. Jason Ramirez runs our advanced program. And then finally, Rangeli, she does intakes for supported employment. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you, Goodwill. We are now at a little bit of a pivot point in the presentations. As we talked about at the beginning, many of the services we're hearing about here today are part of the New York State Office for People with Developmental Disabilities, or OPWDD. In order to qualify for those services, a person has to be eligible for OPWDD services, and also for many of the services also have a care manager. We're now going to be hearing from 2 of our local care coordination organizations, or CCOs, working with the New York City region, Advanced Care Alliance and Care Design New York. Those organizations can assist families with establishing OPWDD eligibility and with getting a care manager. Connecting with the CCO can be a good first step for getting into the programs and services that we've been hearing about today. First, I'm going to introduce Advanced Care Alliance, ACA NY.
Good morning, everyone. This is Frida Valdez. We are one of the CCOs in the area. We support members with OPWDD eligibility. We assist them through the eligibility process. Once everything is completed, we provide the care management for them. In today's presentations, I also want to focus a little bit more on what are the new things that we are doing. Since most of you are familiar with what a CCO is, I wanted to mention that we are really focusing on serving members with different language backgrounds. We have a huge, right now, like a huge diversity of language speaker. I mean, new languages that we can offer to the members and their families. We have everything like as brochures, referral forms. We have inter-coordinators, care connection specialists that can assist in other languages without using a third-party translator. So this helps the family to feel more support, to feel more like a one-on-one service. This is something that we are establishing and it has been working pretty good. And, you can tell your families, that even if it's not only English or Spanish, is goes way beyond. Like we're doing Russian, we have Chinese, we have Albanian, many different languages that there are a lot of are new even to me, and people can benefit for that, and they feel that kind of like, as I say, one-on-one support. We are also offering the member support forums. These forums are monthly. Actually, today we have one on the slide I'm sharing. You can see that it's today at 6 p.m. Those webinars are really, really resourceful because members and their parents and caregivers in general can learn a lot, about different topics. Today is about positive psychology, but maybe next week is about legal advice for members with disabilities or anything else that members sometimes do not think about it. Those are the forums we are doing. And actually we have forums for new members because once you get enrolled in OPWDD and at CCO, most of the time members and caregivers do not know what to expect. They just know, okay, I have this. What am I going to do now? We are guiding them. We are doing this new member support forums to somehow share the knowledge, to teach them, to kind of like enlighten on what are the services that they can receive, and what are, you know, the things that are in each area to support them. So basically that's something I wanted to share, that it goes beyond just like, you know, care management services. We have specialized care management in the intake department, just like helping people that have more different or more difficult cases. These specialized care managers are helping them. We have people like, you know, we also have like a team, especially for parental deeming. As many of you know, now the Medicaid eligibility and parental deeming is sort of like a huge problem in the eligibility process. We have a team that is specialized for that. So we are focusing actually in person-centered services. Like, we want to help the member in actually what they need. It's not, each case is individual. So that's what we're trying to approach each case as an individual case, and try to support them and give them the services that they need. And of course, we continue doing everything, supporting members, like, you know, with care management. We have all our fairs, and we have provider fairs as well. So that way we also get more in contact with you, the service providers, right? Because you guys are the one who are supporting actually our members, and this is like a work that we have to do all together. So this is basically what ACA is focusing right now. And my information is in the contact, and my contact information is in the chat. You can email me or call me, and I'll be more than glad to help you in anything that I can. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ACA Advanced Care Alliance. We have next, one of the CCO is Care Design.
Good morning, folks. My name is Peter Coleman. I do outreach and engagement for Care Design. Thanks for having me today. Okay, so as Andrew said, and thank you very much for bringing that up, Andrew, you've heard about a lot of really great services so far today, and you are going to hear about more after this. And as Andrew said, in order to have all or most of the services that have been presented about today, you need to have a care manager. That is what Care Design provides. I'm listing some of this is a partial list that I have up here of some of the services, some of the wonderful services that you can have for your loved one, the person you support, if that person has a care manager. Okay. It is our sincere wish, folks, that every person who calls us, we could provide a care manager tomorrow. Alas, that is not the case. We have an extensive enrollment process. Built into that enrollment process is assistance with obtaining OPWDD eligibility, number one. And for those applicants who do not have Medicaid, we work on that following OPWDD eligibility. Okay. Once you start with us, you will be working with somebody in the enrollment department. Again, we cannot provide a care manager right away. What we work on with you is putting together a packet that would include current evaluations, a current psychological, psychosocial, and medical, and then we submit it to OPWDD for approval. A lot of you know this already, but I'll just go over very quickly. To qualify for OPWDD, there does need to be a qualifying diagnosis, some of which include autism spectrum disorder, intellectual disability, trisomy 101. There needs to be a qualifying full-scale IQ score, and there needs to be a qualifying adaptive score. For families who are intimidated by that process, and I realize there are quite a few, don't worry. The enrollment department will be supporting you in helping you get evaluation for submission. Okay, there are two types of eligibility. For anyone found eligible prior to the age of 7, eligibility is provisional. For people who are 18 or over the age of 7, eligibility is permanent. Provisional eligibility is temporary. Those people have to apply again. We're totally happy to help people do that. Permanent eligibility is exactly like it sounds. Once you're permanently eligible, as long as you remain in New York State, you are eligible to receive OPWDD services. Again, I mentioned this before, but we will be supporting you in getting the following current evaluations done. A psychological evaluation from the date it's done, it's good for 3 years. We assist you with getting a psychosocial evaluation, which from the date it's done is good for 1 year, and the annual medical, which is good for 1 year. And again, if you take nothing away from this presentation, just know that you're not going to be on your own. We'll have our guidance. We are connected with a great many clinics that do these evaluations, and we can help connect you to those clinics so that the evaluations are done. Okay. Once we have that wonderful OPWDD eligibility letter, we start working on Medicaid. And that is for the folks who don't have Medicaid, right? For applicants who do have Medicaid, it's a shorter process. For the applicants who don't have Medicaid, that is the next step in the enrollment process. There is a slightly different process. Frida of ACA brought up parental deeming. So for folks who are significantly below the age of 18, there is one process which tends to be longer. For applicants who are 18 or older, the process for getting Medicaid is a bit shorter. A lot of folks ask me, why do I need Medicaid? Well, Medicaid pays for our primary service, which is care management, right? But it also pays for a lot of the other wonderful services that, you know, a care manager can help your loved one obtain, a lot of which you've heard about today, okay? One of the most frequently asked questions I get is, will my loved one or the person I support qualify for Medicaid? You might have applied before and been denied. The short answer is yes. The reason for that is because we do not apply for Medicaid on the basis of the household income. We apply for Medicaid on the basis of the documented developmental disability and the fact that we already have an OPWDD approval. And again, once this process is done, we assign a care manager, and folks, that's when the fun really starts, okay? Care manager would work with you on what is known as a life plan, which is part biography, part service plan, and would then go after services. And yes, services do take a long time to obtain, folks. I have this slide up here. It's a bit corny, but true. A lot of folks say, yeah, that's easy for this guy to say. He doesn't have to do this. Well, I did this. I put my son through this process. It took a very, very long time. I'm happy that I did. And this is one of many reasons why I really like to work with family members, because I'm one myself, okay? So folks, I'm gonna put this information in the chat, but if you have any questions, your first contact is me, and I would be happy to answer any questions or even help you get started with the intake process. Again, my name is Peter Coleman. I'm going to stop sharing now, and I will put my information in the chat. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of the presentations, folks.
Thank you, Care Design, and thank you, ACA. It's good to know about the CCO. By now, I hope not only providers and parents need to know how to get to the CCO. It's very important. So next, we'll get back to another adult service provider, Job Path.
Hi, hello. My name is Karina Alvarez. I also here with my colleague Ismael. We both work for Job Path. We work with bringing individuals into our program. So I'll give you kind of like an insight of what our day have, as well as a little bit of what our employment departments are like. All right. So here at Job Path, we believe that everyone has our gifts and talents. This is kind of like our kind of motto and slogan. Everyone has a right to make their own decisions for their life, and everyone should have a voice that should be heard. They should be able to have the opportunity to join the job force, and everyone has a role to play in their community. So this is how we've built our kind of agency on bringing people back into the community and into society. So we work we have around 4 different services that we can do, and it goes more into depth. So we have our community connections, which focuses on day hab, but we also provide supplemental and com hab. Our employment services and what we kind of pride ourselves on is our customized employment. We also have supported living, and we have a fiscal intermediary. So we have one main site that's located in Manhattan. It's on 38th Street, which is where I'm at right now. And this is where a lot of our groups are held. We do have a lot of groups that I will go more into depth, but we provide services for everybody in New York except Staten Island, not because we don't want to, but because we don't have anyone there just yet. But we do Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, and Brooklyn. So the services that we do have, group day hab or just regular day hab without walls, supplemental kind of also supplements what our day hab does, com hab, fiscal intermediary. So we do work with people who have a self-direction budget if they so choose to use us as an agency. Our employment services, which we'll talk more into a little bit, will helping people get into the job force, finding customized employment that fits for them with working with some of the partners that we already have connections with, or finding new connections that we can always work with. And then supported living. So we do have a residential and a supported living department. However, I will say right now that wait list is very, very extensive. So there's not much more information I can provide right now, but we do have that as a service. So we are very individualized, and we create every service based on the person is what I can say. So everything we do with the consent of the person. We ask them, we are very person-centered. They kind of take over what they want for their program. And if things change, and we just follow along. We kind of take into account everything that they like, they dislike, their diverse set of support needs. And we also provide assistance with travel, training, and other accommodations. We work alongside families. The families are involved as well to kind of provide the extra support that they would need to be able to give this person an independent and fulfilling life. We also help with staff recruitment, so we will be able to be the ones to hire and train staff for the person. And if there's any preferences or any accommodations that they would need, we make sure to look for those in the individuals that we support, that we hire. So as everyone else has mentioned, we do have enrollment and eligibility requirements. So aside from all the heavy duty documents that we need, like psychosocial, psychologicals, and things like that, we also need to make sure that the individual has OPWDD eligibility and Medicaid. When it comes to our employment services, we do need them to have Access VR as well to be able to be on the wait list for our employment services. But once you have that and you're on the wait list, I think it's about like a year or two wait. As Peter Coleman mentioned, yeah, it takes a long time. It doesn't happen overnight. If the individual is looking for kind of like a quick placement of employment, this probably isn't the program for them, because we do dedicate time and resources to be able to find those jobs that are very catered to the individual and what they are looking for and what they want to work on. We also work very, very diligently and very involved with our care managers. So communication is always consistent. We always try to make it a big support team, make sure that everyone's on the same page so that everyone can get the best support that they can get. If you're interested in learning more about our eligibility information or being added to any waitlist, Carolyn Granada is our intake coordinator, and she always forwards us information depending on the department. So I would get information about DayHab. My coworker Gismel will get information about DayHab as well. But we have other colleagues in employment that would get that information if they're interested. And when I mentioned customized employment, we do this whole little song and dance. We have discovery where we're learning about the individual, seeing their wants, their needs, their interests. Then there goes into a planning meeting where they're planning how to kind of navigate this in what they want to do. Job development where they're creating the job depending on the brand or the company that they're working with. You're hired, yay. And then we do coaching and support. So it's very involved until you're ready to stand on your 2 feet to be able to be at your own job on your own pace. Here are some individuals that we have that work in some companies like Uniqlo, the Transit Museum, and Shake Shack. And this is just a description of what I've already said. If anything kind of resonates with you and you think that employment is the best thing for you, this probably is the best program. Then I'll go in a little bit about community connections, our DayHab, which I know a lot more about. We provide one-on-one support to all individuals that we support. We are without walls, so we are always out in the community. While we do have a site that hosts some groups, we are mainly out in the community, making sure everyone is able to be as independent as possible. We help in skill development, volunteering, community activities, college support, and that's just some of the things that we do help with. If you're ever interested or someone is interested in learning more about our program, you can always reach out to us, to me or my colleague. I've put our information at the end. But we can always schedule a tour of the program so that you guys can, so that anyone can experience it and also be able to chat with whoever's already in our program, as well as staff and management that we have here in the office. And we can also schedule a trial period if we're awaiting approval from OPWDD. That would be, joining in on some of the groups, getting to know more individuals, maybe joining some events that we have, as well as like if you just want to experience what a one-to-one support shift looks like, we can always coordinate that as well and give you a trial period of that. So once you're fully in, this is kind of what it looks like. We're working with a DSP, maybe multiple DSPs if you want 5 days of support. We try not to have the same staff for one person all days, because if they're sick, you've lost support. If you're sick, they've lost shifts. So we try to really give them diversity to learning how to work with newer people or different people or managing the support needs depending on the person that they're working with. We help in all different aspects of life, going to the gym, attending groups and classes, going to college, doing any outside programs that we see, any outside things that we see in the city. There's always something popping up. And as I mentioned before, we do have some groups in our office. So art group, meditation, improv, theater are just some of the things that we do host. And a lot of our individuals really love going to all of these groups. This is just a quick example of what a schedule could look like. We try and make sure that we have something scheduled and something structured for those that really need that structure, like our individual here on the lab, DW. Whereas somebody else, like Amanda, she is much more free-flowing and she likes to do different things and she wants to do, she has different support needs of what she would want to work on. And we kind of cater to each individual depending on what their needs are. Here's some of the things we've engaged in. We've done Comic-Con, a poetry society, our summer picnic. We had our theater group performed an original play that they hosted. We had another summer picnic. We had our Yankee game. So these are just some of the things that we do engage in. We bring everybody together to make sure that they're getting that socialization and also being amongst their peers while also being out in the community. And if this is a good program for you, yay, I love it. So again, we do one-on-one. We are very comfortable with personalized. If the person is comfortable with personalized community-based environments and you want to learn how to be more independent and flexible, you're open to being collaborative and building a partnership, and you want to know how to deal with things before they start. That's exactly where we come in. If you're interested in learning more about our day hab, this is my contact information. My name is Karina Alvarez and also my colleague Gismel Vargas. And if you are much more curious about all the things that we get involved with, you can go to our website down here at JobPath.
Thank you, JobPath. I would like to introduce our next presenter, which is Lifespire.
Again, my name is Iris. I will be presenting with Ralph and Nicole. We are Lifespire and we offer day hab services. For this presentation, we will be focusing on our 2 programs in Manhattan South and Manhattan North. Besides day hab, which we are going to talk more about, we also offered cone hab. We offer residential services, respite in Manhattan and in the Bronx, Article 16 services, and family support. If you have any questions in regards to any of these services, here's our phone number. You can also visit our website, and we are also on Instagram. So that we like to remind every family of anyone that is trying to assist a loved one with this process, because we know it's intense. You're hearing a lot of information. There's a lot of resources, but how do you make the best decision? So our advice is to work with the individual that needs the service. Find out what are their interests, what do they like to do. Does the program offer the service that you are looking for? Most importantly, does the program offer what my loved one needs? Make sure that if your loved one needs a nurse, needs a behavior specialist, needs, for example, ground level, does the program that you're looking for offers that? And location, because it can be the best program, but if your loved one is going to be on the bus for 2 hours or more than 2 hours, then it might not be the ideal location. We do offer transportation. We also have self-transport, but it's really important to look into the location of the program. So now I'm going to pass it on to Ralph so he can talk about his program, Manhattan North.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ralph Sporandio. I'm the facility director here at Lifespire's Manhattan North program. Well, we provide day habilitation services, person-centered, as Iris was saying, out of our program. We're a multi-support center that encompasses Article 16. So Article 16 services does occur here at the program. Our variety of services are very, very focused on integration into the community. While we are a site-based program, we do spend most of our time within the community to try to get our guys out and integrated into the different environments that we all participate in on a daily basis. We assist those folks even with some challenging behaviors, which kind of separates us a little bit from the Manhattan South program, which you'll hear a little bit about later. But we do have a little extra supports to provide some assistance for some challenging behaviors at program. I will add that we do not provide a one-to-one services at this time. And so if a person is requiring a one-to-one service, that our program will not be able to meet their needs at this point, but there's always time to inquire to see where we're standing and if that person would actually require a one-to-one program. We find that sometimes while some folks or some locations would deem somebody a one-to-one, it's best for us to kind of do the evaluation and take a look and see what the person's needs are, just so that we can be sure that we can't support that person's needs and they actually do require a one-to-one support. Our Article 16, like I said, is here. We do have an LPN that normally is stationed at Manhattan North at this point. We have been working on finding a nursing program to come on in here to assist us. So at one point, we will have our LPNs back on site. And we do have a behavior intervention specialist, which will be had programmed to help with our challenging behaviors and create different guidelines and behavior support plans if necessary for programming. So, we provide a variety of in-house activities. Those activities are very focused on socialization, interpersonal interactions between the people that we support. Our program does provide a lot of different types of entertaining and learning, habilitative type of activities, from creative expression to right down to interacting in different types of talent shows that we put together, and different types of activities from soap making to bead making to pretty much many things, from exercise classes, all these things that are held in-house, as well as, like I said earlier, being in the community quite often. We do like to get out into the community. It is kind of our main focus to do such. And we do collaborate with other volunteer organizations to do some volunteer work while in the community. And we have good response from most of our partners who work with us in that particular environment. Again, like you can see here, some of these are the activities in which we do. We have a nice group, a bingo group, not a bingo group, a domino group that loves to go out into the community, like Orchard Beach, and play their dominoes and hang out in the community and do stuff of that nature, which you can see one of the pictures there. That's actually what they're doing in one of these photos. And again, we have culinary classes that we do a lot of cooking here, some pretty good recipes that we put together, and not always very not very simplistic, but sometimes some complex stuff that we put together that everybody pretty much enjoys to do. And we visit a lot of the community museums in the surrounding area and within the 5 boroughs. And here I'll leave it over to Manhattan South. I believe that Iris is going to fill in for Nicole on this one. So I'll leave it to Iris to go from there.
Thank you, Ralph. So I will be presenting for Nicole because she lost her voice. This is one of the sites that we updated the information. Nicole recently got promoted as the facility director at our Manhattan South program. We do invite you to come and visit the program. I believe that's one of the best options for you to really be 100% sure that you are choosing the right program for your loved one, when you can come and actually see yourself what the program has to offer. So the address and the phone number is still the same. If you want to reach out to either Ralph from Manhattan North or Nicole from Manhattan South, because the address is the same. Nicole's email is nbaker@lifespire.org. This is a very similar program as Ralph described it. This program is just a little smaller. We do have, like I said, new members of the team that we invite you to come and visit. As a day hub program, we focus a lot on assisting the people that we support to select activities, which we offer in-house and outside in the community. We have a monthly calendar and we have a variety of different activities on a monthly basis. But we do volunteer on a consistent basis at the library. In-house, we also have a recycling club, a tech club, and a cooking group. Here are some of the activities that we have been doing in the community, like volunteering, making purchases, visiting different places in the community. And one last advice is communication is very important. The main person is the person that needs the service, but our family, the advocates, working with different providers and the care manager, it's important that we work as a team and that we maintain communication. Again, we advise you to come and visit us so you guys can see what we have to offer. And again, this is our information, so you guys can reach out to us. Manhattan North information remains the same. Manhattan South, everything is the same except for the facility director, Nicole Baker, and her email address is nbaker@lifespire.org. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Lifespire. So we have next agency is Open the Lid.
Hey, everybody. You've been listening to a lot, taking in a lot of information. So I'm just going to encourage us to take a deep breath and let it all sink in. It's a lot. And then I'd also like to just take a moment to think about a recent time where you have felt seen. So, maybe somebody took out the trash without you asking, or, took the dog for a walk. Or maybe just someone said, hey, I missed you Friday. How are you feeling? Right? Think about a moment recently where you have felt seen. That's why we're here. Right? We're here to help people feel seen, not for their deficits or what they aren't, but for truly who they are and what they bring to the table, bring to the community. So Open the Lid is a web-based empowerment community for people with disabilities and allies. And, a lot of folks that we talk to say, my loved one just wants friends, like actual friends, not just people they go to program with or people that they see out on events, like this idea of socialization, right? We use these like very technical terms to describe basic human needs. And so what Open the Lid does is create community. It's like a virtual community center online with people from all over the United States in small groups. And we meet 5 days a week. So we build really authentic connections. I'm just going to skip over this. We're going rogue here today, folks. We create really authentic connections. So every day people are talking about their challenges and highlights. We have different topics, whether it's communication strategies, self-regulation strategies. We have game nights, dance parties. But the whole goal, honestly, is for people to be truly seen, to make deep relationships, for somebody to say, how did that doctor's appointment go? Or, hey, did you get to go to that dance? Or, oh my gosh, you just got like fewer hours at your job. That is so discouraging. People have started dating that have met on Open the Lid. They have people that they text. We have people who are non-speaking that communicate using AAC, or we have a teacher of the deaf. We do group classes 5 days a week, as well as one-on-one classes. And those one-on-one classes are in the areas of technology and movement and empowerment. And we work with a lot of FIs to directly invoice. So if you have self-directed services through OPWDD, it's going to pay for this as a community class. If you have traditional services, then you can pay for this through FSS funding. And if you have questions about that, feel free to reach out. We also, so in our one-to-one classes, we meet people where they're at, right? It's not this like predetermined curriculum of like, you have to do this. I mean, we have things to guide us, but it's really about meeting people where they're at. So for example, there's somebody who's first gen immigrant, quadriplegic, nonverbal CP, and he wanted to be a DJ. So we helped create opportunities to make that happen, right? And helped him figure out how to publicize on social media. And he has a Spotify account. He's been a guest DJ on different platforms. We meet people where they're at. Some people want to start dating, but they want to do it in a safe way and need help navigating some of those unwritten rules about communication and what catfishing is and what platforms to use. Some people want to sell their artwork online. So we figure out how to get them up and making money on Etsy or Redbubble, things like that. Some people just want some connections with community and a reason to get out of bed in the morning. So, we help with that research and help with that follow-up so that it's not their parent being like, okay, you got to get out of bed. Like, sometimes when people, especially after age 21, they launch into this abyss and they're tired of their parents like acting like parents, but not necessarily ready to launch independently. And that's where our one-on-one classes really come on. We're like the fun aunt with like crazy amounts of experience. All of our teachers are master certified in special education, rec therapy. They have like 20 years of experience. We have retired district CSE chairs. We have deaf educators. We have teachers from the LGBTQIA community. Really recognizing that intersection of disability and ability and identity is really important to us. So, you can be autistic and trans and an artist. And all of those intersections of identities are really important and really welcome. There's space for you. You can have Down syndrome and your mom can have lung cancer and your dad's an alcoholic, and we will meet you there, right? Because all of those identities are really, really important. We also offer caregiver workshops and classes. So if you're having trouble navigating systems, trying to figure out, how to really level up a life plan, level up an IEP, we've done thousands of these and we're happy to help out and be the mama bear at meetings, whatever you need. So again, we're building friends, independence, support. It's 5 days a week. Some students that really benefit include night owls, the ones that stay up all night and sleep all day, and then their families like can't get them out of their rooms. So again, we can help with that scooch, making tiny progress movements that actually creates significant progress and changes over time. We worked with one person who was in their room, didn't have friends, didn't have a job. Now they're living independently. They have a job, they have a friend group, they have therapy, they have access independently to healthcare. It's been a 180 and it happened over time with really expert individualized support. We help people with hygiene stuff, coming up with creative solutions. One person really wants a job, but they did not have great hygiene. So we created visual schedules and connected playlists. So each one of the songs represented a different part of their morning routine, individualized to what she was really interested in. And then we also really honor the intersection of disability and sexuality. And, this is, again, something that a lot of folks don't want to talk to their parents about. But when you have experienced educators who have worked with this population for decades, it makes the conversations more accessible. Caregiver classes, home routine transition plans, aging parents, community resources. We help think about what's next when parents aren't home, when they've passed on, what's up? How do we plan about this so that we're proactive versus reactive and come up with creative solutions, especially since there are very few spots in group homes these days, and that's not always necessarily the best solution. We do a lot of workshops and training. So if your organization would like some new blood, some new energy into some of your trainings, we'd be happy to provide it. We create workshops on all different kinds of topics for individuals, for staff, and for caregivers. We have it all. We have it all. So we create for specific audiences. We collaborate with hosts. It's based on research in the field and experience, and we can share this information in English, Spanish, and ASL. We have this QR code if you'd like to sign up for a free trial week. And you can also reach us at support@openthelid.com. And I can also put our information in the chat. Here is our information. We work with all ages, all abilities, all communication styles, all different schedules. We can meet people on the weekends, in the evenings, whatever you need, whatever you need. And just a little side pitch, if you know anybody in New Jersey, we're now DVRS providers. So anybody in New Jersey can work with us for free through DVRS. And we're excited, well, ages 14 through 24. So we're excited about that opportunity as well. So feel free, I'm going to put my info in the chat. Feel free to reach out, check out our free trials. And if you would like our free trial email, you can send us your email and we will send that to you and you can send it to the people that you serve. A lot of folks really enjoy this, like after ComHab or after Day Hab, like having that check-in with friends and having that consistent community. All right, be well, know that you are seen for all you do and all you bring to the table. And thank you for being part of this community and helping others feel really, truly seen, regardless of their labels.
Thank you. Open the lid. Next up, we have the Shield Institute Pure Vision Arts.
Hi, my name is Sonia Medici. I'm the program coordinator at Pure Vision Arts. We are a site-based day hab that is part of the Shield Institute. And the Shield Institute is a bigger human services agency, and I'm gonna kind of like review what other services that are offered through the Shield. I'm specifically speaking about our site-based day hab called Pure Vision Arts, which is an adult site-based day hab with an art focus for like an art studio for people that are utilizing their Medicaid waiver for site-based day hab. So we're called Pure Vision Arts. We're located in Manhattan. We're in Chelsea. Like I said, we serve adults with developmental disabilities, autism, people that are utilizing their Medicaid waiver service. We provide materials and support and guidance for artists to achieve their pure vision with their artwork, and while also working on other goals that you might have, be interested in your life plan, whether it's, health, social skills, different things like that. We also, we are site-based, but we're very much community focused. We go out. Our program is not, highly structured, although we do have organized group activities. We're Monday through Friday, typical day program, but we have optional groups that are scheduled regularly that people can join. And everyone, most people have at least one group, if not all, that they like to join. So we also, we have a lot to offer in that regard too. This is some of what the Shield also offers. We have a more general day program. You heard about some other day programs that are similar in that, it's a little bit more traditional in terms of like it's a wider array of things, including like, more like arts and crafts, cooking, fitness, health, different stuff like that. And that's in Queens. The Shield also has Article 16 clinic services in Queens and also satellite clinics in the other boroughs. We offer ComHab. We also have supportive employment. I have the intake coordinator for some of those other services within the Shield, Christine. Her information is here, and I'll share that with you guys too. My name's Sonia Medici. This is my email here and my phone number. I'm going to put it in the chat so that you guys can, I'm going to be your first point of contact if you're interested in our program. The best way really is to just come and see it for yourself. And I'm really happy to figure out a time for you to visit so you can tour our program. That's about it. I'll give you the information. You can contact me if you have any questions, but if you have an artist that you're, family member who's an artist, this is an amazing place for them.
Okay, thank you, Sonia from the Shield Institute. Next, we have Sinergia.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jose Hidalgo. My pronouns are she, hers, and I am the trainer at the Metropolitan Parent Center at Sinergia. So Sinergia is a non-for-profit that has been serving people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and their families in New York City for almost 50 years. We are located in Manhattan, East Harlem, on 125th and Lexington. We offer an array of adult services. These services require OPWDD eligibility. First, we offer day services, which is a program designed to help individuals work on their goals in a group setting, whether in the program or in the community. In our community habilitation program, participants are assisted by our staff with community integration skills and individualized support. And our respite services enable individuals to comfortably remain in their own environments while providing caregivers with a much-needed interval of rest or relief. This program operates Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We also offer an array of employment services. First, we have community-based pre-vocational services, which help you build workplace skills and explore different types of jobs to find what suits you best based on your interests and strengths, while helping you overcome workplace challenges. Second, we have Pathway to Employment, which is a year-long part-time program that helps you explore work and volunteer opportunities that match your interests and strengths. The program is designed for individuals leaving high school or participating in day habilitation or pre-vocational services. Our employment training program helps you gain a paid internship that can lead to a permanent job. Your wages are paid through OPWDD. As you learn job-specific skills, you will also attend classes to build workplace skills such as teamwork, reliability, and punctuality. Access VR focuses on maintaining employment and supporting independent living to training, vocational rehabilitation, and career development for students up to 21 years of age. This program does not require OPWDD eligibility. Supported Employment, or SEMP, offers ongoing help to obtain and maintain a paid competitive job in the community. It usually begins after completing the employment training program or Access VR. Supported employment can also support individuals who want to pursue self-employment or start their own business. We also offer residential services, which are provided at multiple sites across New York City. Sinergia operates certified and non-certified residences for individuals with developmental disabilities. And family care is a program in which individuals, including children with developmental disabilities, are placed with families in homes in the community. Heads of households are recruited, trained, and certified, and ongoing service coordination is provided to ensure the home meets all of New York State's safety and regulatory mandates. Openings are available in both of these programs right now. As part of our services that do not require OPWDD eligibility, we have our Metropolitan Parent Center programs. Our purpose is to ensure that parents of children with intellectual and developmental disabilities receive high quality, relevant, and useful training and information to help improve outcomes for their children. We do not ask about immigration status. At the core of our training programs, we have the Apple Academy, which is a set of advocacy activities and trainings over the course of 6 weeks, designed for family members, caregivers, and people with intellectual and developmental disabilities to become advocacy leaders and engage in civic activities. We offer 4 cohorts per year, 2 in Spanish and 2 in English. We also offer special education advocacy via in-depth consultation with our special education specialist. And we offer in-person, virtual, and hybrid workshops for parents, caregivers, and professionals in a diverse array of topics related to special education. The Autism Initiative is a project that supports the work of the Metropolitan Parent Center by bringing increased awareness to New York City residents about the growing population of children diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. We do this by providing 3 different types of services. First, we have an integrated transition program, which is a socialization hybrid program for teenagers aged 14 to 21 who have a main diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder. Second, we have an interactive virtual or in-person weekly after-school art program for children ages 3 to 13. And third, we have a support group for Spanish-speaking families. For parents of children 0 to 13, we meet in person the second Wednesday of every month. And for parents of teenagers 14 or older, we meet virtually the last Thursday of each month. In terms of support offered for children, adolescents, and adults with developmental disabilities who live with their families, we provide family support services through service coordination, evaluations, family reimbursement program, education, and housing advocacy. To apply, register, and get more information about any of our services, please reach out our intake line via phone or email. I'll be adding our information on the chat. Our phone number is 212-643-2840, and our email is intake@sinergiany.org. Thank you all for being here and for your attention.
Thank you, Sinergia. Next up, we have Unique Care Community Services.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the late introduction. My name is Justin Steeple. I am the intake coordinator for Unique Care Community Services. At this time, our PowerPoint is currently still under under construction. So I'm just going to vocally give an explanation of our agency, what we offer, and our locations that we offer them. So we are located in Brooklyn, Manhattan, the Bronx, and Queens. We have day hab services without walls, community rehabilitation services, respite services from holiday respite services, summer camp, in-home respite services, after school, and holiday. We offer transportation for our after school, dropping them off. We also offer transportation services for our day hab and community rehabilitation. Respite services that we do not offer transportation is just our after school. We do not pick up from the school. We do accept probational, we do accept limited liability. So if there are individuals who do not have Medicaid but have been approved or it's eligible through OPWDD, we do offer them respite services, in-home or site-based. We are a fairly small institution, but we have a lot of availability. If it's for tours or trials, we are open. So we tell parents and care managers to send as many individuals as possible. We are open for any date, any tour. Just a couple things about us. We have a couple individuals that's outgrew the program with a lot of our excursions, whether going to Kalahari or if it's working out in the field, because we have individuals that work at Dollar Tree. We do vocational work at Dollar Tree, doing just some handiwork. We have individuals that now work in Amazon, helping with deliveries, now starting to provide for themselves. They work and live at their own means. We do cooking classes, we do arts and craft classes, we do a lot of activities outside in the community. We take them out for dinners and we have game nights. We have a lot of activities for our individuals, not just our day hab but our community rehabilitation staff actually have the opportunity to involve the individuals that live in home to come to our sites for our game nights or for our over the weekend experiences. And then we have our summer programs where we get to take the individuals to Sesame Place, different activities set up. Every month we have a different lineup, and our staff is very involved, and we love what we do. If you see on our website, we have a lot of company Christmas parties or company parties that we celebrate our individuals' birthdays or any, if they're feeling down, we make sure to give them some type of upliftment so that they're always involved. And we always make sure that all of our individuals are involved for every individual's birthday so that nobody feels separated or secluded in these on these days. And we just trying to grow more as a company, but show that we have a very close communal connection to our company. Everyone in our area from Brooklyn to the Bronx is very close to our institution. Our individuals are very close with the stores and just the community. So we just want to keep growing that and giving them opportunities as best as possible. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Justin from Unique Care Community Service, Inc. So now we're coming down to our last presenter on our today's list is YAI.
So I am from YAI, and YAI has a lot of different programs. Today we are only focusing on community and family services. And so these are meant to really be supports for parents and give more socialization opportunities. Not everything serves Manhattan, so I might just skip through those, but I will have my supervisor share the flyers for all of our services and our contact information in the chat. I want to start talking about Independent Living Skills Program. This is available for people who are 18 years and older, and we meet from the fall semester, they have 10 sessions, and then also spring semester, they have 10 sessions, and they work on a lot of independent living skills such as budgeting, nutrition, decision-making, problem solving. So it's a great way for people to interact with each other as well as learn from each other and learn these skills so that they can do it independently. Another important one that we have, it's only available in Manhattan, is the Socialization Skills Group. It's available for ages 9 and up. Also works as semesters in fall and spring, 10 sessions. They work on forming friendships, communication, social boundaries. We have immediate openings for crisis intervention for anyone who is interested. We offer crisis counseling, which is short-term counseling, 6 to 9 months to caregivers, as well as the person we support with IDD if they are verbal. This is really to help people build coping skills and problem solve when they are in a stressful situation, if they feel completely overwhelmed and not knowing what to do. And we also offer behavior management, which is 3 to 6 months for caregivers. We give them parent training and we teach them what they could do to reduce those behaviors that might be causing a crisis or making them feel so overwhelmed. Phone numbers and emails are available for that as well. In-home behavior would not serve Manhattan, but it is very similar. Parents with special needs is available to parents who have a disability themselves. Their child may or may not have a disability, but we're really trying to empower our parents who have a disability to take care of their children and of themselves and be as independent as possible and make them aware of money management skills or infant care or like even taking their kid to the doctor and being aware of what it takes to be successful as a parent. And we're always there to walk them through it. We meet them one-on-one. We even do in-home sessions with them as well. We do not have sexuality training for Manhattan, but if anyone is available in Queens, that is also available. We have a lot of parent groups that are forming and they may do different topics, but the general idea is we don't want parents to feel alone in this and we don't want them to feel isolated. So we have a lot of parent groups in which we talk about how it feels dealing with behaviors, how it feels with stress management or coping skills, or even understanding child development. And we also cover resources. So if someone is not connected to OPWDD, what are the steps? If they are connected to OPWDD but are struggling to find services, who do they contact? We do future planning. We do guardianship and immigration. It's really based on the needs of the caregivers, and it's a great way to form community. In Queens, we also have a Spanish-speaking parent group. So again, only for Queens, but similar idea. We really want parents to feel connected to one another and use each other and use us to really support themselves. And if you are not looking for just community support services, YI has other programs available as well. And I have the link number available for anyone who wants to contact that.
Thank you, YAI. That actually brings us to the end of our presentations for today. We want to thank you to all of our presenters and our audience, and we really hope the information that you heard about today was helpful as you're planning for the future and thinking about what's next after high school. A recording of today's meeting will be posted on the Manhattan DD Council YouTube channel, and there's a link for that in the chat. I'm going to hand it off to Pat for some information about our next Manhattan Transition Committee meetings.
Yes, our next meeting will be in April. Manhattan Transition Committee will be co-sponsoring a guardianship and future care planning series with the Manhattan Family Support Services Advisory Council and AHRC's guardianship services. There are two parts. April 22nd at 10 a.m. Guardianship Part 1. Learn about guardianship and alternate. It will be a virtual meeting. And April 29th at 10 a.m. Guardianship Part 2. It's line-by-line help with the 17A guardianship forms. It's in person at AHRC. The address is 83 Magdalen Lane, 11th floor. And in order to attend Part 2, you must register for Part 1. So, and the registration link will be posted on the chat, and we hope to see you all there. Okay, thank you for attending today. I'll see you.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Okay, bye.